Well, what do you know? The WPL is back. It started back up, and that means it's time for another draft analysis video. Gotta love these. So yeah, here we are. It's the 7th season of the WPL, commissioned by the lovely, the one and only OP Jellicent. Check him out, check the league out. I don't know if they have a channel. I don't think they have a YouTube channel, but they do have a Twitter, so it's linked below. I don't know if I'm going to be like, I don't know if I want to really link all the other coaches down there, because I'm kind of lazy. I really don't feel like doing that, so I probably won't, but check them out anyway. You can find them all. Some of you probably know them, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we drafted, we have a team. I'm going to introduce it to you. I'm going to try and make it pretty quick, because I don't like taking that long. Basically going into this draft, I only had one thing in mind that I wanted, but I didn't want it round 1. So basically, I was picked 13 out of 16. So I wasn't like quite the back wheel, but I was like, pretty late in the draft anyway. So I basically had to wait and see what was taken, or what was, available, I guess. So when it got back to me, I'm going to show you the first 3 picks I got, because the first 2 I was just looking for a good offensive pairing, and then my 3rd pick was going to be the thing I wanted going into it. So those 3 are Latios, round 1, Weavile just after the wheel, and then I've been wanting to try Mega Aerodactyl for a long time, so I finally got it. So yeah, those are my 3. I basically just wanted a nice, strong, special presence. Weavile's really cool because it's really fast, and it always scares me when I fight it, so it just seems like it has really good coverage, and, well, not coverage, but like Ice is a great offensive typing, Dark's a really good offensive typing, and it's got priority, it's just naturally fast, so yeah, I just wanted to have that rather than try to deal with it, and then, yeah, Mega Arrow. So then, moving on, I wanted my tier 2 pick, and I was looking for a fairy, because those always go fairly early, and if I don't get a good one, then I'll be regretting it later when I have something like Aromatisse or something like that. So anyway, I just went ahead and picked up Sylveon, which does everything I wanted it to do. It's good defensively, it's good offensively, and it's a cleric, so it can heal, what am I trying to say, heal bell, and it can wish pass and stuff like that, so yay, that's all I wanted. Next, I honestly wanted I still didn't have a fairy switch in, and I was looking at Arcanine, but unfortunately it was sniped from me, like, 2 picks or something before me. Sucks to be me. So I got Entei instead, which isn't the worst thing ever, but it's definitely not as good in my mind as Arcanine as far as being a defensive fire type, due to the lack of recovery. But it's good offensively, so I can, Sacred Fire, it gets E-Speed still, it's strong. I don't know, is it stronger than Arcanine? I think it is. But anyway, yeah, so I got that. Basically as a nice fairy switch in, as another fire offensive presence to take out Steels, because Steels, I didn't have a real good way to deal with them yet. Arrow gets Earthquake, but that's kind of it. So yeah, after that, what did I get next? Oh yeah, I needed my, fast electric type, which is super essential in the Draft League format, so it was basically the ones left at this point where it was between Heliolisk and Galvantula, and I thought that Galvantula gave me a little bit more, obviously, utility, because webs are cool. It's not as strong. It's not a strong mount at all, but it is quick. The speed's good, and the coverage is actually pretty nice, because, whether it's Energy Ball, whether it's Bug Buzz, something like that, it's really useful. So, yeah, that was Galvantula. I don't really need webs at all, but I thought, why not have them just in case. Next, I think I picked up, I have Defog and Latios, but I wanted something that could be a little more dedicated to it, rather than, Latios wants to be offensive, so I went and picked up Decidueye. So it was basically, I needed a grass type, but I don't like there's a lot of different grass typing, secondary typings that aren't, super great, because poison, negates the ground resistance, so it's, now it's just neutral to ground. Something, I don't know, there's other typings that suck. Anyway, I liked this one because, one, it's a spin blocker, two, it gets, defog and roost, so it's got longevity and utility, and it gets priority with like Sucker Punch, Shadow Sneak, stuff like that. It gets U-turn, so that's really nice. Yeah, basically, it's going to be really useful. And also, stat passing is allowed in this league, so I can, Swords Dance, or I think Nasty Plot, and then Baton Pass those into something. If I wanted to try that, if I'm good enough for that, which no, I'm probably not. But anyway, it's there, and that's why I picked this thing. So I'm glad I picked this up rather than I've been getting stuck with stuff like Serena or Delmise in the past, where I'd much probably rather have Decidui. Anyway, after Decidui, I picked up, what did I get next? I think I got Conch. Yeah, I got Conch. So I was basically looking for, I guess, another. I needed a fighting type for one, and two, I just needed a nice good wall breaker, because nothing else is really, like, I guess technically Weavile is sort of a wall breaker, but it's more kind of a sweeper in my mind, where it just kind of comes in and cleans up at the end. Basically, you're trying to chip down for Weavile to clean up, is how I view it most of the time. But anyway, Conch is just strong, like really strong, and then Mach Punch is cool. Guts is probably the best ability, but Sheer Force is there, and what's the other one? The other one. Why can't I think of it? It doesn't matter. Iron Fist, yeah. Anyway, Guts is better. So, finally, I needed a Steel type, because I still didn't have one of those, and probably the best one around was my Tier 4 in Registeel, which I can't even say I've used it before, because the only other time I drafted it, I didn't bring it all season. I don't know why, but that's what happened. So, it's cool, it's really defensive, however, it probably could use a little more recovery. It's a stealth rocker, which is really nice, because I was really lacking a stealth rocker besides Arrow, and I didn't really want to bring stealth rocks on Aerodactyl very often. So yeah, I have my only rocker, and then, what else am I trying to say? Oh yeah, it's not very offensive at all, like, not at all, so I'd probably rather have something a little more offensive, but it's probably going to serve the purpose that I need it to, which is basically get rocks up and, throw some status around, basically wall some hits, maybe a decent pivot. Anyway, after that, what did I get? Oh yeah, so something I really prioritize in my drafts usually is a bulky water type, and if you'll notice, I have not got that yet, and my only picks left are 2 Tier 5s, so there wasn't much to choose from here, but when I saw this, I knew I had to have it, and that's my boy Quagsire. So shout outs to Quag 115 or 515, whatever he is. What up, Quag? Anyway, so yeah, it wasn't honestly my first choice, obviously, but I'm pretty happy with it, because it's fairly defensive. It has recovery and recover. It has unaware, which is really nice to have on a team. So if things try to set up on you, they're pretty much it's really hard to if Quagsire can wall it. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's Quagsire. It's there. It's gonna do its best, and I'm gonna love it for it. So, my last pick, finally, I was kind of focused on. I wanted a poison type one as a kind of a fairy killer, something a little more offensive, and also I wanted a way to absorb toxic spikes just by switching in, because I think that's really useful to have. So, if you're going to have a poison type on your team, it should be grounded, even though I do really like using Weezing. I didn't want to use Weezing this time, so I got Arbok. And Arbok's cool, because it's strong, it's pretty fast, and it gets Sucker Punch, which is really cool for psychic types, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, psychic types. So, yeah, anyway, that's the team. So, Latios, Sylveon, Entei, Galvantula, Registeel, Quagsire, Aerodactyl, Mega, Weavile, Decidueye, Conkeldurr, and Arbok. So honestly, I kind of like the team. I think it's going to fit my playstyle, and I'm comfortable with most of the Pokemon. There's a few I've never tried, like I've never used Entei, never used Quagsire or Mega Aerodactyl. Obviously, I sort of used Weavile before, never used Arbok. But I'm really liking Conk in Nepple the third, and 3PL, as Magic would say, and then Decidueye. Have I used Decidueye before? Just barely. Anyway, point is, I like the Mons on this team. I think I can use them effectively, and yeah, hoping for the best. So anyway, week 1 will go up this weekend. I think it's Saturday is the upload day. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And that'll be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry this was probably a little long and a little boring. No big deal if you didn't watch the whole thing. Anyway, hope to see you guys Saturday. Catch you later.